Okay, what we're going to do is give this image a new sky. And the reason I selected this one is because it is a little bit tricky with some other sky replacement techniques. We do have some blue areas up here and some darker grey cloud areas here, so it's rather patchy. When we have just a plain white, really light coloured sky, reasonably simple, using some other Photoshop actions and different techniques. This one's a little trickier. So I thought I'd have a go and see how the new Photoshop Select and Mask tool goes with this particular sky replacement. So the first thing we want to do is duplicate our layer. So we have a background layer on top, and then we add a sky layer in the middle, and just place that so that the horizon line's about level with where it would be on the property or on the house. We don't want it down too low, otherwise the top gets too dark. So it's just trying to place that correctly. Select our top layer, and then what we want to do is just on the toolbar, select a lasso tool or one of the selection tools, and the Select and Mask option pops up, or you can just go into anytime into the menu and click on Select and Mask. So the first thing we want to do is to drop the transparency layer. So what we're doing here is it's showing us what we're going to be seeing in the photo. So we've got the house photo is with the onion skin view mode selected. So it means it's showing through our selection. I'll show you what it means first. But we do need to drop the transparency so we can see what's showing through the layers. The first thing we do is use the quick selection tool, and then just draw over the house. So just click and drag it across. We can go in a little closer. It does pretty well through this. Just I find it usually selects quite nicely. Just doing this kind of option. Then what we can do is zoom it in and get a little bit more precise with it. So we might just select a smaller, just drag across here, just go, that's probably selected too far, but it was just a quick swipe over those palm branches, quick one up there over the roof. Okay, that's great. Okay. So then what we want to do is just be a little bit more precise around some of these trees. I'll show you what we'll do there. So I'm going to select next the Refine Edge brush. And what we do is just click and drag that over these branches. Around. There we go. So that's done well. What I'm going to do though is bump up transparency, just to check that everything's pretty clean. Okay, that's all looking quite good. Let's just be sure. Okay, just getting a little bit just here over the roof on this garage first. So I'm going to go back to our quick selection tool and just be sure that's selected cleanly along there. Okay, the other thing we're going to do is click on the Smart Radius tool. So we just do that. I just found sometimes that can really help to more clearly define our edges. So we'll just go in a little bit. We can just see a little bit coming through here. So okay, just back to the Refine Edge tool. Yeah, just to tidy up those edges a little more. Okay, so let's just zoom out a bit. We'll just jump over. Okay, just on our roof line there. Okay. Alright, now we need to drop our transparency again here just to see what's there. Okay. And then again, just brush it in. And sometimes it's having a larger brush size here can work well rather than being too small. Let's just have a look. Okay, let's just check, just to be sure, so I'll just drop the opacity. Okay. Alright, so just a nice large brush again. Just go right in. Okay, that's good. Coming along well. Check along our roof line, so I'm just sliding it across just to be sure everything's clear. Okay, that's looking good. Let's just zoom out. Yep, I think we're looking good. So what we want to do then, just be sure that output is set to new layer with layer mask. So that will just automatically apply a layer mask on top with the new layer. It can also sometimes be helpful to tick here on decontaminate colors if you're getting a little bit of overflow, maybe of the sky over areas where you don't want it over the house and branches. This can sometimes help to remove it. So let's just check that and see if that does improve things a little bit, but it might just take a bit of refining over some of these areas. Let's just go in a bit closer. We've got some funny stuff going along over here. Let's just see if we can improve that a little bit. Yep, that's done well. Okay, so it's just a little bit of back and forwards here, just as we just tidy that up a little bit. I just got a little bit up here as well. Just being really aware, just looking for all these different areas. Hey, zoom out again. And we'll just check again, just on this tree. Okay, I've got some other funny stuff going in there now too. So let's just making my brush a little smaller again. Yeah, that's done a much cleaner look. So if we just hide this, I'll just show you. Let's just see if it yeah, that has helped. You can see how much better it's drawing out those palm branches there now when we select that decontaminate colors. So that's really great. Just being sure that we haven't missed anything else. Just sliding across the roof. Oh, just a little bit down there. Okay, so again, it's just going a little bit of back and forth. Quick selection tool neither, using the add or subtract function there, just to add or remove. A little bit of, still getting it just a bit coming through there. Come on. Okay, let's just try the refine edge again. Okay. Alright, so there we go. So now that we've got those done, we just hit the OK button. And we should be all good. Okay, so there's our new sky added in. Let's just zoom in and check it. Okay, that's done pretty well. So it's handled it nicely. If we just over this side. Yeah, I think that's done quite well. It was quite tricky, so it's completely ignored all of this area, which is good. The thing that I like with this method is that we can make changes to our sky. So what we can do is move it around. If we want it down lower to get a stronger color, or just put it anywhere we like. the other thing we can do, of course, is switch to another sky. So if you wanted something different, you could then just add a new layer on top and drop another sky on top of here and place that anywhere you like, because it's running independently of the masked layer here. So that's really good. That's something that you can't do using some other techniques with Photoshop actions and things like that. So there's one house. Let's go and have a look at another one. Okay, so here's another house for us to work on. The sky just got a bit blown out with this exposure. So let's see what we can do to drop another one in. So there's the sky. I'm just going to make it a little darker. So just place that around about where we want it to be, and then select and mask. Drop our opacity down. There. Actually, I'm going to bump up the radius now just to see what impact that has from the start. And I'm also going to try and decontaminate colors from the start too, just to see what impact that has as well. Alright, so first up, let's just select over the areas that we want to see. Nice, selecting it really well. There we are. That's done a good job. So now let's just increase the transparency on that. And now we'll zoom in and just try and refine these edges a little bit more, just to see how well it works here. So the refine edge brush, keep it kind of on the large side and just brush straight down over the top. Okay, that's getting a little bit of cloud showing through underneath, which is not so great. Let's see if we can tidy that up a little bit. Yeah, that's not so good. Maybe this decontaminate colors one isn't working there. Yeah, so let's hide it for this one. Doesn't work all the time. Seems to work sometimes. It's a bit of testing. Okay, that's all looking good. We've got good edges there. Okay. Okay, that's done a great job over there. Excellent. Just a little bit at the top. Nice. Okay, just this lower foliage down here. We'll just be a little bit more careful with that. Good. I'm just carefully looking around the edges just to slide it along a little bit, just to see if we've missed anything, but that's done quite well. Okay, great. So again, let's just make sure we output to the new layer with a layer mask. Good, and then hit OK. Great, and let's just have another close look, just to be sure everything is good. Okay, we've got a little bit, perhaps just a little bit here, just over this tree. Let's just have a look at that. Okay, so again, what we can do, just click on the mask, then with a white paintbrush, just brush over that area there where it just got over an area where we didn't want it. We did miss out on a little bit around this tree here. Oops. We can see there. So it just hasn't, it might have been my fault. Maybe I didn't quite select it well enough. Just some of those finer branches there, it's just missed out a little bit. Let's look up in this top corner. Okay, just some fine areas up here we haven't quite got right. But overall, I think that was a nice quick one. I think that was worked quite well, so that's really good. Okay, and once again we've got our house layer on top and then our sky layer underneath. So with our house layer selected, we go to select and then select and mask. We'll drop our opacity down and then we'll just go with our radius up to 1 pixel and draw nice and big. So everywhere where we've got the house. Nice. It's done really well. Okay, so let's just take our transparency up a little bit and we'll go in and we'll just start to refine those edges a little bit more. Okay, so let's just draw in around. That's good. Okay, this tree we've got to cover over. Good job. Okay, and then just some more trees here. Let's just make our brush size nice and large. Good. Ooh, can we do this sort of antenna going up? Let's see if we can make that any better. Does it work? Yeah, it has. Good. Alright, again, nice large brush. Okay. Oh, just a small tree just popping up at the back there. Alright, now let's just make sure we've just got our edge here working well. That's it. Okay, I think we might just go back and just be a bit more careful just with this selection. So let's just be really sure about those areas there. Great. Good. Okay, and just another tree, so we'll just get it large. And just select just over the tree itself. Great. Okay, so just run along, just be sure that I've got everything looking okay. Just a little bit in there. Let's just check this area here. Actually, no, that's a bit of cloud, I think. We're okay with that. Are we losing some here? Just a little bit, just some of these finer branches. Let's just see if we can pull those out a bit more. This one here, just brush over that. Yep, that's pulled it back. Yeah, good. Just a quick sweep across there. Just put that blue sky back in that little gap there. Let's just go back and just check that we're all okay. Okay. Alright, I think we're looking good again with that one. So what we'll do, we just new layer with layer mask and hit OK. And then again, if we just want to move the sky around a little bit more, we can make it darker, lighter, wherever we want it to be. There we go. So again, I think it's done quite a good job as well. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes a little bit more time if we've got lots of these trees to work around. But I'm pretty happy with how it's working for me. So yeah, I hope you test it out. Let me know how you go. I'd be interested to hear if you can pick up any other tricks. I'm only just starting to use this, so maybe there's some things that some other things that we can do to make this work a little bit better. So love to hear from you.